Hello guys, this is me, Chris here, and today we're doing a little Visual Basic tutorial on how to make a little password box by making your own, actually, by not using their little customized one. So you want to go to just open up Visual Basic 2008 Express Edition. We're gonna create a new project, and I'm gonna call this one sorry. Let's think user panel, and then I'm gonna have to enter a little box or create something. So we're gonna create, and we're gonna set all the usernames it can work with. Well, we're gonna set one for now. So I got this right now. We got form 1. I'm gonna add another form. So now I got two forms. Wait for the second one to load up. There we got the second one, form 1 and form 2. This one will be the control panel. For this will just have control panel. Well, I take away the image here. So is that here? It's not ready. So let's go to here. We'll go to this one, enter username and password. So now it says enter username and password. We'll make this a little bit bigger. Probably a little shorter, like that. That looks pretty fine. And we're gonna take off the icon. Alright, so we got that. So now we're gonna make this probably a little bit smaller. We're gonna take off maximize. So it's only that. So let's run it and we'll see what it looks like for now. We got the form right here. Just gonna exit this. Whoops. So now let's go to the toolbar. Let's add two labels. Label 1 and label 2. We're gonna do username : I think it's called. And password. That's pretty fine. And we're gonna make this a little bit smaller. So it's like this. Let's add a little text box. We're gonna do the set the maximum characters to 12. And we'll set this one to 20. So now we set the maximum characters to 12 and 20. So that means you can only enter that amount of characters or letters, whatever you want to call it. So now we're gonna add a button, 2 buttons actually, one for exit and one for login. Create little 2 buttons. Put it here. I think it's a small form. We're gonna call this one login, and this one exit. So now we're gonna run it. There's no coding right now. We're gonna run it. There's no coding right now, but we're just gonna see if the button works. If you type it in, we only type in 12 characters because then you can't do it anymore. And this one you can do 20, and that's it. So we're gonna close this, and now it's time for the coding. Double click on exit, and this code is very simple. It's me.Close. Oops, and you can close that off. And that's it, really. So what this does is, when you're using the variable me, it's referring to the form you're using, which is public class form 1. So that's what it means. So that's it. Now we have to go back to here. We're gonna click on login. And now we can rename these text boxes. I renamed this one to username. This will be easier. And this one, of course, to password. password. So now if I want to refer to these, this won't be username and this won't be password. So it won't be textbox 1 or textbox 2. So that makes it easier for me. So we'll double click on login and we're going to do this. If we're not an if command, because what the if command does, if this equals to what we write, then this will happen. But if this doesn't, then that's when we include the else command, which will include for if it doesn't equal that. And then it pops up with something with the else command. So we'll do if username, which is .text. Text is what you write in there, equals. Now what username.text is the username you want it to be. So let's say we want it to be let's say this what's it just a Nick. Let's try Nick. And we'll close off that, and then we have a little text there. Then you want to press shift and 7, and it pops up with that. That's the and command. That means you want to add something else that equals the same. So we're going to do password.Text. Let's do 1 2 3 4 5, and then we can press enter because then it'll automatically give us a then and if. So what we just did was, if the username, if we write in this text box, the first text box, Nick, and this is all case sensitive, I forgot to tell you that. So let's put it to higher case, and I'll show you also how case sensitive goes along with this tutorial. And password.text equals 1 2 3 4 5. This tells you that both of these have to equal in order for then to happen. So if that works, you're going to do form2.show, and then form2 will show up. Now then for the else command, if you write an else command, if this does not happen, like if it doesn't equal Nick or it doesn't equal that, we're going to make it pop out of the message box by doing message box. Then we're going to write a text that says wrong username or password. Close off that, do a little comma, and that's going to tell you what, I call this the message box emotions, but it calls also itself the style of it. And there's different types of styles. There's system model, there's OK only, there's OK cancel, there's critical. We'll do critical just for just password, and it would automatically end and stuff like that. Close off this, and that's it really. So now it will pop up with the message box, wrong username or password, and it will pop up as the emote critical. So that means it'll pop up and make that little noise. And then I'm gonna also do I'm also gonna set the username, that text box here, I'm gonna clear it out. That means I'm gonna clear all the text in it. That means it's gonna equal that, and password.text equals nothing. Kinda like no, but I don't think you can write no. Yeah, you can't write no, so it has to be that. So what we just did was, if you type in username as Nick, and it's just case sensitive, I'll show you that in a minute, and the password is 1 2 3 4 5, form2 will show. Else, if it does not equal to Nick or the password, it'll say wrong username or password. You notice I put or because we don't know which one it is. And then it's going to pop up that, and then it's going to automatically erase all the text in there. So we're going to debug it, and we're going to see what we have here now. Now we have the username. Whoops. So now we're going to try it without the case sensitive. So we're going to write just lowercase Nick. Oh yeah, also, before we start this, for the text box, for the password, if you click on it and you go to properties, look for password chair. That's what you want to set for the password. So that one, whatever you type, it'll pop up whatever you write there. So we'll do asterisk. So now whatever I type in there will become an asterisk. I forgot about that, because then if you don't, it will just pop up with your password. So now I can type anything in there to be an asterisk. You can change the variable to any other different letter. But let's do the case sensitive. Let's go back to the form. Now I'm gonna do Nick with no higher case N. And if you do a space there, it won't count at all. It would not work. So make sure there's no space. 2 tab, and then we're gonna do 1 2 3 4 5, and we click login. Notice this is wrong username or password. The reason why it says that, because remember guys, it's case sensitive. And then right when it says that, it emptied out the text. So if I write Nick and 1 2 3 4 5, press login. Oops, I think I did something wrong. Nick 1 2 3 4 5. Hold on guys.